Welcome to our meteorology segment. We're starting out things as we normally do, looking at lightning here over the lower 48, Mexico, and the Caribbean. It's the NASA GOES lightning mapper. Anyway, that's the last several hours of lightning. Let's take a look at a real-time lightning map since we're streaming live. Here's lightningmaps.org. And quite a bit of lightning here over Mexico, Eastern Europe, some over Central America. Not a lot of terrestrial lightning here over the U.S. Let's move on to check the snow depth of Greenland. You may be very concerned that Greenland is melting. And indeed, some spots are. Let's look at the tip, just the tip, the southern tip. Oh, look, there's no snow in the ocean right there, folks. Okay, so the southern tip of Greenland, whoops, no snow at all. But right up here, we've got 168.8 inches. Over here, 0, which is the part that the mainstream news will cover. How about out here, adjacent to the Gulf Stream, 119.2 inches of snow on top of sea ice, obviously, as snow won't just sit on top of liquid water. Anyway, Greenland does not look particularly melted to me. It looks like it has 5 meters of snow from coast to coast, just like it did last summer and the summer before. Oh, look, more than 5 meters. Oh, look, more than 5 meters. And I'm sure CNN will tell you all about this area, which has 0 inches. Fantastic. Continuing on to look at the jet streams of the eastern world. And before I do that, let me just check the life of the stream. Again, we are streaming live. Allow me to vanish. So here are the jet streams of the east. They're blowing backwards across the western Pacific and eastern Indian Oceans. See the jet stream here blowing east to west. And let's take a look at surface winds. And this cyclonic system here does have a jet stream component. Let's take a look at sea surface temperature anomalies real quick. Here's sea surface temperature anomaly. And guess what? There is cold air right near that cyclonic system there. That will not help it to increase in its intensity. Let's go back to the air layer. So again, there are surface winds. Here are the surface winds of the western world. And here are the jets, the 250 hectopascal winds of the western world. Massive anticyclone here in charge of the southwest. That is a high pressure system. You can see this clockwise rotation. The telltale sign of an anticyclone in the northern hemisphere. Continuing on, here's the weather.gov map. We've got some excessive heat advisories and red flag warnings in the northern Rockies. A bunch of fog advisories around as well. And check out Tropical Tidbits for your things like forecast models and analysis tools. I just wanted to bring up the sea surface temperature anomaly chart. The data here showing sea surface temperature anomaly. Keep in mind, folks, if we don't know the temperature of the Indian Ocean at 3 meters and 30 meters and 300 meters and 1,000 meters, we really don't know the Earth's climate anyway. And looking at the sea surface temperature gives us a little more insight than just measuring the atmosphere, but Earth's heat latency certainly lies in the water and the oceans, not in the atmosphere, which means you can measure the atmosphere all day and not understand the climate. Helping to understand the climate are our patrons, since they're providing some incentive for us to actually create these videos and for them to remain publicly visible and free for all to view. So thanks, patrons. And all of our viewers should thank our patrons. If you're viewing the videos on BitChute, please consider becoming a patron, as we're paid nothing to put the videos on BitChute and just this side of nothing to put them on YouTube either. So please consider funding us, as we've got a lot of things to do and we need a lot more funding to accomplish it. Patreon.com/smAshomash. All kinds of early alerts. Ask our patrons if you don't believe me. And please leave a comment, patrons, why it is you decided to pay us a few dollars per month. Patreon.com/smAshomash. Air quality in New York City and Philadelphia What the hell was that all about? Air quality in New York City and Philadelphia plummet. Why? Because of smoke from Canada. Yeah, central Canada's been sending smoke all the way into the mid-Atlantic states. Here's some satellite imagery of it. And we've got some imagery of it on our Instagram page. More on that in a minute. I'll let the article scroll here so you can read it if you like. Again, we'll be here. I think I missed some. Let's continue on. Again, feel free to pause the video. We'll be here when you get back. So check us out on Instagram if you haven't. Here's yesterday's sunrise, and the smoke provided a fantastic filter. Boy, look at that black body radiation making it all the way to my camera lens. And this was the scene from Moosic, Pennsylvania yesterday. Wildfire-induced hazy skies made it pink and orange looking all day long. Like a day-long sunset type of scenario looking style thing going on. Instagram.com/smAsho. Here is the Doppler radar for the lower 48. Some heavy rains here in North Dakota and Minnesota mainly. Also in Maine. Mainly in Maine. No, not mainly in Maine. But anyway, there's the Doppler radar. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. It's too dark to see the clouds right now, but we're showing you the cloud layer anyway with the 3.9 nanometer radiation map. Part of the NASA GOES Interactive Weather Satellite Suite. It's pretty sweet. The water vapor map is the sweetest of all. And what's happening here is the jet stream is going like this. And it's making this turn to the south because it's butting up against this high pressure, massive air. It's dry, massive air. Why? Because nitrogen is more massive than water in the atmosphere. Here's your meteorological recap. There's the U.S. Doppler radar. And by the way, that's from radar.weather.gov. Here's your cloud layer. And there's the water vapor map. And what's great about this is it shows you water vapor not even condensed onto clouds. And if your Doppler's looking weird, break out the water vapor map. It'll help you. Thanks for tuning into our meteorology segment. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho, signing off from the Smash News Network. Least busted. Name it news.